Close your eyes. Imagine for a moment that the world beneath your feet has dissolved into a soft, velvety darkness. You are no longer bound by gravity. You are floating, weightless, in the vast cradle of the cosmos. Tonight, we aren't just looking at the stars. We are traveling back to the very beginning of time. We are guided by a golden eye, a masterpiece of human ingenuity perched 1,000,000 miles away in the freezing loneliness of space, the James Webb Space Telescope. For centuries, we thought we knew the scale of our home. We looked through glass and mirrors, catching glimpses of the moon, the planets, and the misty veils of distant nebulae. But our vision was limited. It was like trying to hear a symphony through a thick stone wall. Then Webb opened its golden mirrors. It didn't just look at the universe, it felt its warmth. It captured the infrared whispers of the first stars, stars that have been dead for billions of years, yet their light is only now reaching us, like a long-lost letter finally delivered to our doorstep. As you breathe in deeply, feel the rhythm of the universe. The Webb telescope has begun to rewrite the story we told ourselves about how big the universe actually is. It turns out the shattering of expectations isn't just a headline, it's a spiritual awakening. We found galaxies where there should have been nothing but shadows. We found ancient giants, fully formed and glowing with the intensity of 1,000 suns, existing in a time when the universe was supposed to be in its infancy. How can this be? Is the universe older than we thought? Or is it simply more vast, more creative, and more mysterious than our minds can grasp? Think about the pillars of creation. In the old images, they were towering clouds of dust, but through Webb's infrared gaze, they become translucent ghosts filled with the fiery heartbeats of newborn stars. Everything is connected. The iron in your blood, the oxygen in your lungs, it was all forged in the hearts of these ancient furnaces. As you drift further into this cosmic sea, remember that you are not just a spectator. You are a piece of the universe observing itself. The silence of space is not empty. It is a profound, echoing peace. The scale of what we are about to explore is breathtaking. We are talking about distances that the human mind cannot truly measure, only feel. Light travels at incredible speeds, yet it takes billions of years to cross the gaps between the galaxies Webb is showing us. When we look at the deep field images, every tiny speck of light isn't a star, it's an entire galaxy, home to billions of planets, billions of stories, and perhaps billions of dreams just like yours. Let the vastness wash over you. There is no rush. There is no time here. Just the slow, steady expansion of everything that ever was and ever will be. In the next few hours, we will travel through the birth of suns, the death of giants, and the secrets hidden in the blackest holes. But for now, just exist, floating, drifting. Let the golden light of Webb guide you through the velvet dark. As you continue to drift deeper into the velvet embrace of the night, let us turn our gaze toward the instrument that has changed everything. Imagine a giant flower made of pure gold blooming in the eternal shadow of the earth. where the gravity of the Earth and the Sun balance perfectly, Webb sits in a cold so profound it defies imagination. It must be cold. To see the faintest heat from the dawn of time, the telescope itself must be nearly as cold as the void. It hides behind a sun shield the size of a tennis court, 5 layers of silver silk protecting it from the raging fire of our sun. On one side, it is hot enough to boil water. On the other, where the mirrors live, it is cold enough to freeze oxygen. In that stillness, in that perfect, frozen sanctuary, the golden mirrors begin to work. Each of its 18 hexagonal segments is coated in a layer of gold no thicker than a human hair. Why gold? Because gold is a master of reflection. It catches the oldest light in the universe, light that has been stretched and pulled by the expansion of space itself. When this light began its journey, it was bright and energetic, but over billions of years, as the universe grew, the light waves stretched, turning from visible light into long, invisible infrared waves. It is a ghost of a light, a memory of a star that died before our solar system was even a cloud of dust. Now imagine the first image it sent back, the deep field. At first glance, it looks like a handful of sand thrown across a black silk sheet. But as you look closer, as your mind settles into the rhythm of the cosmos, you realize that not a single speck in that image is a star. Every glowing swirl, every tiny dot of orange and red is a galaxy like our Milky Way, containing hundreds of billions of suns. In a patch of sky no larger than a grain of sand held at arm's length, Webb found thousands of these cosmic islands. Take a moment to let that scale sink into your soul. A grain of sand, thousands of galaxies, billions of stars in each, and around those stars, countless worlds, some perhaps with oceans, some with mountains, all hidden in the deep silence. The universe is not just big, it is infinite in its complexity. Webb has shown us that the empty space between the stars is not empty at all. It is teeming with life-giving potential, with the debris of ancient explosions and the seeds of future suns. As you breathe, imagine the light hitting those golden mirrors. It is a slow, methodical process. The telescope doesn't take a snapshot like a camera. It gathers light, photon by photon, like a poet gathering words for a masterpiece. It waits, it listens, it watches the darkness until the darkness begins to speak. And what it tells us is that we are living in a much older, much more crowded house than we ever dared to dream. You might feel small in this vastness, but remember, you are the one perceiving it. Without your mind to wonder, without your heart to feel the awe, the universe would just be cold matter and empty energy. You are the witness. You are the consciousness of the cosmos. As the golden eye of Webb stares into the past, it is looking at your ancestors, the atoms that would eventually become your hands, your eyes, and your dreams. Feel the connection to that ancient light. It isn't strange or alien. It is home. It is the beginning of your story, told in the language of light and gold across the endless reaches of the deep, dark sky.
Close your eyes again and let the weight of your body sink further into the stillness. We are moving away from the familiar blue glow of Earth, traveling through the quiet giant shield of silver. Here, in this sacred pocket of silence, lives our golden eye, the James Webb Space Telescope. It is not just a machine, it is a monument to human curiosity, a silent sentinel waiting for the secrets of the universe to whisper their names. Think of the mirrors, 18 hexagonal pieces of pure, shimmering gold. If you were to stand before them, you would see the entire cosmos reflected in their surface. But they are not made of gold just for beauty. Gold is the perfect mirror for the invisible. You see, the universe is full of light that our human eyes can never perceive. It is the infrared light, the warmth of ancient stars that has been traveling toward us for billions of years. As the universe expands, it stretches the light, turning it from a bright, energetic beam into a long, slow, rhythmic wave of heat. To catch these ancient memories, we needed a mirror that could feel the heartbeat of the beginning of time. Imagine the absolute cold where Webb resides. It is a cold so deep that it would freeze the very air you breathe in an instant. This is necessary. To hear the faint whispers of the first stars, the telescope itself must be silent. It must be colder than the shadows. Behind its massive sun shield, which ripples like a silver sail in the cosmic wind, the golden mirrors sit in a temperature near absolute zero. In this frozen sanctuary, time feels different. There is no wind, no sound, no friction. There is only the steady, patient gathering of photons. Each photon is like a tiny drop of rain falling into a golden bucket, slowly filling our minds with the images of a past we thought was lost forever. Now let us talk about the deep field. When the first images arrived, the world stood still. Imagine holding a single grain of sand at arm's length against the blackest part of the night sky. That tiny, microscopic patch of darkness was what Webb looked at for days. And what did it find? It found that the darkness was a lie. Within that tiny grain of sand, there were thousands of galaxies, not stars, galaxies, each one a swirling city of billions of suns, each one with its own history, its own birth, and its own eventual rest. Look at the colors in your mind, the deep oranges, the burning reds, the ghostly whites. These are not just colors, they are the fingerprints of time. Some of these galaxies are distorted, stretched into long arcs by the gravity of other clusters. This is gravitational lensing, a phenomenon where space itself acts like a magnifying glass, bending the light of the most distant objects so we can finally see them. It is as if the universe itself wants to be seen. It is as if the cosmos is holding up a mirror to its own soul, allowing us, small, dreaming creatures on a tiny planet, to witness its majesty. As you breathe in the cool, quiet air of your room, feel the scale of this discovery. We used to think we lived in a lonely neighborhood, but Webb has shown us that the house of the universe is crowded, vibrant, and ancient beyond belief. There is a sense of profound peace in knowing how much more there is to discover. Every time you feel overwhelmed by the small worries of daily life, remember the golden mirrors. Remember that they are out there right now in the freezing dark, patiently watching the birth of suns and the dance of galaxies. The light hitting those mirrors tonight started its journey long before the Earth was formed. It traveled through the void, past dying stars and growing black holes, just to find its way to our golden eye. And through that eye, it finds its way to you. You are part of this journey. The atoms in your body were once part of those distant glowing clouds. You are made of the same stardust that Webb is capturing in its golden nets. There is no separation between you and the deep field. You are a child of the stars, resting now in the cradle of their ancient light. Let the silence of the telescope become your silence. Let its patience become your peace. The universe is not a cold, empty place. It is a warm, golden tapestry of stories waiting to be told. As you drift closer to sleep, imagine the mirrors slowly turning, focusing on a new patch of darkness, ready to turn it into a garden of light. You are safe in this vastness. You are home in the infinity. Sleep now, while the golden eye watches over the beginning of forever.
As you settle deeper into the stillness, let us move our minds away from the nurseries of new stars and look toward the grand, quiet endings of the giants. In the vast theater of the cosmos, death is not a final silence. It is a spectacular transformation. It is the moment when a star, having burned with brilliant intensity for millions of years, finally exhales its soul back into the dark. Through the eyes of the James Webb Telescope, we see this process not as a tragedy, but as the most beautiful recycling program in existence. Imagine a star many times larger than our sun. It has spent its life as a beacon of power, forging heavy elements deep within its heart. But eventually, the fuel begins to run low. The star grows tired. It swells into a red supergiant, its outer layers drifting away like the petals of a dying rose. Then, in a final magnificent act, it sheds its outer shell, creating what we call a planetary nebula. One of the most famous examples Webb has captured is the Southern Ring Nebula. Close your eyes and visualize this nebula. It looks like a glowing, translucent pool of light floating in the void. At its center isn't just one star, but two, dancing in a tight embrace. One is a dying star, cloaked in dust, sending out waves of gas like ripples in a pond. These ripples expand outward for light years, carrying with them the very elements that make life possible. Carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, the building blocks of your body, the air in your lungs, and the soil beneath your feet were all forged in the furnace of a star like this one. As the star breathes its last, it scatters these treasures into the darkness, seeding the universe for the generations of stars and planets yet to come. The colors in these dying clouds are hauntingly beautiful. In the infrared gaze of Webb, the gas glows with an eerie, soft light.
You can see the intricate shells of material layered like the skin of an onion, telling the story of the star's final pulses. There is no violence here, only a slow, inevitable expansion. The heat fades into a gentle warmth, and the brilliant light softens into a glow that feels like the embers of a fireplace late at night. It is a reminder that even in the vastness of space, nothing is truly wasted. Every ending is merely the preparation for a new beginning. Think of the supernova, the most powerful explosion in the universe. When a massive star dies, it doesn't just fade, it vanishes in a flash of light that can outshine an entire galaxy. For a brief moment, it becomes the brightest thing in the sky, a final scream of defiance against the dark. But even this explosion is a gift. It sends heavy metals like gold, silver, and iron screaming across the void at incredible speeds. The gold in the ring on your finger or the iron in your blood was likely created in the heart of a star that exploded billions of years ago. You are quite literally made of the remnants of dead stars. As you drift closer to the edge of sleep, feel the connection between your own life and this cosmic cycle. Just as the stars exhale their light and matter to create new worlds, your mind is now letting go of the day's thoughts, exhaling the tension of the world to make room for the dreams of the night. There is a profound comfort in this rhythm. The universe does not hold on to things, it lets them go, trusts the vacuum to carry them, and allows gravity to pull them back together into something even more beautiful. The James Webb Telescope shows us that the corpses of stars are among the most vibrant objects in the sky. They are not graveyards, they are gardens of potential. The dust from the Southern Ring Nebula will eventually settle into a cold cloud, which will then collapse to form a new star, perhaps with its own planets, its own oceans, and its own life forms wondering about the stars above them. It is a journey that spans billions of years, a slow motion dance that has no beginning and no end. Let the image of the glowing rings fade into a soft, dark mist. The universe is resting with you. The great giants have lived their lives, told their stories, and given their gifts back to the cosmos. There is nothing to fear in the dark, for the dark is simply the canvas upon which the next masterpiece of light will be painted. You are part of this eternal flow, a brief but beautiful spark in the long history of the light. Sleep now, and let the cosmic winds carry your thoughts through the fields of stardust, where every ending is just a quiet promise of a new dawn.
As you settle into the softest layer of your rest, we leave the giant galaxies behind and zoom back in, focusing on the small, quiet corners of our own neighborhood. We are looking for something intimate. We are looking for home. Not our home, but the possibility of others. Through the golden eye of Webb, we are no longer just looking at stars. We are peering into the atmospheres of distant worlds, planets that belong to other suns, known as exoplanets. Imagine a star, much like our own, glowing steadily in the dark. Around it, tucked away in the shadows, are tiny spheres of rock and gas. For a long time, these worlds were invisible to us, lost in the blinding glare of their parent stars. But Webb has a special gift. It can wait for the moment a planet passes in front of its star, a cosmic eclipse known as a transit. In that brief moment, the starlight filters through the planet's atmosphere, carrying with it a secret code, a chemical signature of what lies on that distant surface. As you breathe in and out, slow and steady, imagine those light waves traveling through a foreign sky. Webb catches that light and breaks it apart, looking for the most precious signature of all. The signature of water. On a world called WASP 96b, a giant puffy planet 1,000 light years away, Webb found the distinct peaks and valleys of water vapor in the atmosphere. Imagine that, clouds of water drifting over a world where the sun rises and sets in a different color on a horizon we will never walk upon. Think of the diversity of these hidden heavens. Some are hot Jupiters, giant balls of gas, where it rains liquid glass or precious gems. Others are super-Earths, rocky worlds larger than our own, perhaps covered in deep global oceans that never touch land. And then there are the quiet ones, the small rocky planets in the Goldilocks zone, the perfect distance from their star, where it is neither too hot nor too cold for life to dream. We are staring at the TRAPPIST-1 system, 7 rocky worlds huddled around a small red star, waiting to see if any of them hold the warmth of an atmosphere. The silence of these distant worlds is profound. Imagine standing on the surface of an exoplanet, looking up at a sky with 2 suns, or a sky dominated by the massive rings of a nearby gas giant. There is no sound of wind you recognize, no birds, no hum of machines, only the ancient rhythmic pulse of a different solar system. But in that silence, there is a credible hope. Webb is showing us that the ingredients for life, water, carbon, methane, are scattered across the galaxy like seeds in a garden. We are not looking at a desert. We are looking at a forest that is just beginning to wake up. Let the scale of this realization comfort you. If there are billions of stars in our galaxy, and most of those stars have planets, then the universe is teeming with places where the story of life might be unfolding in 1,000 different ways. You are not a lonely traveler in an empty void. You are part of a vast biological and chemical tapestry that stretches across the light years. The water in your own body is the same water Webb finds in the clouds of distant giants. We are made of the same cosmic recipe. As you drift closer to sleep, imagine the light of a distant sun filtering through a blue atmosphere far, far away. The golden mirrors are catching that light right now, translating the whispers of a distant sky into a language we can understand. There is a sense of belonging in this search. We are looking for our cousins among the stars, seeking a mirror in the dark. And as we find more of these hidden heavens, the universe feels a little smaller, a little warmer, and a little more like home. The hunt for water and the search for life is a patient one. It requires the same stillness you are feeling now. No rushing, no forcing, just observing and waiting for the light to reveal the truth. Let your mind become as calm as a starlit ocean on a distant world. There are no storms there, only the gentle lap of waves under a foreign moon. You are safe. You are connected. You are drifting into a sleep that is as deep and as vast as the oceans of the cosmos. As the boundaries of your physical world dissolve, we prepare for our most ambitious journey yet. We are no longer just traveling through space, we are traveling through time itself. The James Webb Space Telescope is the world's most powerful time machine, and tonight it is taking us back to the very beginning. Imagine the universe not as it is now, but as it was more than 13 billion years ago, a time before the Earth, before the Sun, and before the heavy elements that make up your bones were ever conceived. The light we are seeking is incredibly faint. It is a fragile, ancient whisper from the cosmic dawn. For hundreds of millions of years after the Big Bang, the universe was a dark, opaque place, filled with a thick fog of hydrogen gas. There were no stars, no galaxies, and no warmth. It was the dark ages of the cosmos. But then, something miraculous happened. The first stars began to ignite, piercing the gloom like the first candles lit in a vast, dark cathedral. Webb was built specifically to find these first sparks of light. Breathe slowly and picture that transition. The thick fog of the early universe began to clear as the intense radiation from these first stars stripped the electrons from the hydrogen atoms, a process called reionization. It was the moment the universe became transparent. Through the golden eye of Webb, we are catching the light from galaxies that existed when the universe was only a few 100 million years old. These are the ancestor galaxies, the great-grandparents of everything we see today. When Webb captured the image of a galaxy known as Jade's GS-Z13-0, it shattered our understanding of history. According to our old models, galaxies that old should have been small, chaotic, and dim, but Webb found them to be surprisingly bright and well-formed. They were already bustling with the energy of millions of stars. It's as if we expected to find a toddler and instead found a teenager. This discovery is forcing us to rethink how quickly the universe grew up. It tells us that the cosmos was more creative and more efficient in its youth than we ever dared to imagine. Imagine the light from these ancient cities of stars. It has been traveling toward us for 13.4 billion years. To put that in perspective, if the entire history of the universe were a single day, the light Webb is seeing now began its journey in the very first hour. It has crossed an expanding void so immense that space itself has stretched the light until it is no longer visible to any other telescope. Only Webb, with its frozen mirrors and golden coating, can feel the faint warmth of these ancient ghosts. As you drift closer to the horizon of sleep, let the age of this light settle your mind. There is a profound stillness in the realization that we are looking at the first light. These galaxies have long since vanished or merged into larger structures, yet their image remains, frozen in the fabric of space-time, waiting for us to find it. In the same way, the memories and experiences that make you who you are woven into the fabric of your life. Even when a moment passes, its light remains a part of your story.
The cosmic dawn was a time of pure potential. Everything was new. The laws of physics were just beginning to shape the destiny of the stars. As you lie here in the quiet of the night, you are in your own personal dawn, a place of rest where the old day has faded and the new one has not yet begun. It is a time of pure, undisturbed potential. You are floating in the same peaceful dark that preceded the first stars. Feel the weightlessness of being at the edge of time. There are no clocks here, no schedules, and no pressures. There is only the vast, unfolding history of the universe, and you are a witness to it. The golden eye is staring into the deepest past, finding beauty in the very first moments of creation, while you find beauty in the very first moments of your dreams. The universe is ancient, but it is always beginning anew. Let the light of the first galaxies guide you into a deep, timeless slumber. They have traveled across the eternity of space to find us, and now they can watch over your rest. The fog has cleared, the stars are shining, and the edge of time is just a soft, glowing line on the horizon of your mind. You are safe in the hands of history. You are home at the beginning of everything. Sleep now, and let the first light lead you into the dark.
As the world around you fades into a distant memory, we journey toward the most mysterious and misunderstood residents of the cosmos. We are moving toward the centers of power, the anchors of reality, the black holes. For a long time, these were thought to be monsters of the dark, engines of destruction that simply devoured everything in their path. But through the infrared vision of Webb, we are beginning to see them differently. They are not just hunters, they are the master architects of the galaxies. Imagine a place where gravity is so strong that even light, the fastest thing in the universe, cannot escape its pull. This is the event horizon, the edge of the unknown. At the heart of almost every large galaxy, including our own, sits a supermassive black hole. They are the silent, invisible anchors around which billions of stars perform their eternal waltz. While Webb cannot see the black hole itself, it sees the environment around it with stunning clarity. It sees the gas being whipped into a frenzy, glowing with intense heat as it spirals toward the abyss. Breathe deeply and imagine the sheer power of this gravitational embrace. As gas and dust fall toward the black hole, they don't just disappear. They are compressed and heated until they shine brighter than 1,000,000,000,000 suns. This creates a quasar, a beacon of light so powerful it can be seen from the other side of the visible universe. Webb allows us to look past the thick clouds of dust that usually hide these beacons, showing us how the energy from a black hole can actually shape the entire galaxy around it. Think of the black hole not as a drain, but as a regulator. The intense radiation and powerful jets of particles shooting out from the center can blow away the surrounding gas, stopping the birth of new stars. In this way, the black hole decides the size and fate of its host galaxy. It is a delicate balance, between creation and consumption. Webb is showing us that black holes were present very early in the universe's history, perhaps even helping the first galaxies to form from the chaotic mists of the Big Bang. Now extend your mind even further, beyond the black holes, to the invisible web that connects everything. The universe is not a collection of isolated islands. It is a vast, interconnected network of dark matter and gas known as the cosmic web. Imagine long, ghostly filaments of invisible material stretching across the void, like a spider's web covered in dew. The galaxies we see are merely the bright droplets of water clinging to these invisible threads. Webb is helping us trace these filaments by observing how the light of distant objects is bent and distorted as it travels through this cosmic structure. As you drift toward sleep, let the idea of this invisible connection bring you peace. You are never truly isolated. Just as the galaxies are held together by the gravity of black holes and the threads of the cosmic web, you are held by the rhythms of the earth and the quiet pull of the night. There is an underlying order to the chaos. The darkness is not empty. It is structured, purposeful, and full of hidden paths. The silence of a black hole is the ultimate silence. It is a place where time itself begins to slow down, where the frantic pace of the world loses its meaning. Imagine yourself sitting on the edge of that stillness, watching the light of the universe swirl around you like a river of gold. There is no fear here, only the profound awe of standing before the greatest mystery of existence. The heart of darkness is also the heart of gravity, the heart of structure, and the heart of the galaxy's story. Let your thoughts become like the light near the event horizon, slowing down, stretching out, and eventually fading into a beautiful, quiet void. The universe is vast, and its secrets are deep. But tonight, you don't need to solve them. You only need to exist within them. The invisible web is holding the stars. The golden eye is watching the shadows, and you are sinking into the warm, heavy embrace of a sleep that knows no limits. You are safe. You are part of the web. You are drifting into the deep, dark heart of peace. As the boundaries of your physical world dissolve, we prepare for our most ambitious journey yet. We are no longer just traveling through space, we are traveling through time itself. The James Webb Space Telescope is the world's most powerful time machine, and tonight it is taking us back to the very beginning. Imagine the universe not as it is now, but as it was more than 13 billion years ago, a time before the Earth, before the sun, and before the heavy elements that make up your bones were ever conceived. The light we are seeking is incredibly faint. It is a fragile, ancient whisper from the cosmic dawn. For hundreds of millions of years after the Big Bang, the universe was a dark, opaque place, filled with a thick fog of hydrogen gas. There were no stars, no galaxies, and no warmth. It was the dark ages of the cosmos. But then, something miraculous happened.
the first stars began to ignite, piercing the gloom like the first candles lit in a vast dark cathedral. Webb was built specifically to find these first sparks of light. Breathe slowly and picture that transition. The thick fog of the early universe began to clear as the intense radiation from these first stars stripped the electrons from the hydrogen atoms, a process called reionization. It was the moment the universe became transparent. Through the golden eye of Webb, we are catching the light from galaxies that existed when the universe was only a few 100 million years old. These are the ancestor galaxies, the great-grandparents of everything we see today. When Webb captured the image of a galaxy known as Jade's GS-Z13-0, it shattered our understanding of history. According to our old models, galaxies that old should have been small, chaotic, and dim, but Webb found them to be surprisingly bright and well-formed. They were already bustling with the energy of millions of stars. It's as if we expected to find a toddler and instead found a teenager. This discovery is forcing us to rethink how quickly the universe grew up. It tells us that the cosmos was more creative and more efficient in its youth than we ever dared to imagine. Imagine the light from these ancient cities of stars. It has been traveling toward us for 13.4 billion years. To put that in perspective, if the entire history of the universe were a single day, the light Webb is seeing now began its journey in the very first hour. It has crossed an expanding void so immense that space itself has stretched the light until it is no longer visible to any other telescope. Only Webb, with its frozen mirrors and golden coating, can feel the faint warmth of these ancient ghosts. As you drift closer to the horizon of sleep, let the age of this light settle your mind. There is a profound stillness in the realization that we are looking at the first light. These galaxies have long since vanished or merged into larger structures, yet their image remains, frozen in the fabric of space-time, waiting for us to find it. In the same way, the memories and experiences that make you who you are woven into the fabric of your life. Even when a moment passes, its light remains a part of your story. The cosmic dawn was a time of pure potential. Everything was new. The laws of physics were just beginning to shape the destiny of the stars. As you lie here in the quiet of the night, you are in your own personal dawn, a place of rest where the old day has faded and the new one has not yet begun. It is a time of pure, undisturbed potential. You are floating in the same peaceful dark that preceded the first stars. Feel the weightlessness of being at the edge of time. There are no clocks here, no schedules, and no pressures. There is only the vast, unfolding history of the universe, and you are a witness to it. The golden eye is staring into the deepest past, finding beauty in the very first moments of creation, while you find beauty in the very first moments of your dreams. The universe is ancient, but it is always beginning anew. Let the light of the first galaxies guide you into a deep, timeless slumber. They have traveled across the eternity of space to find us, and now they can watch over your rest. The fog has cleared, the stars are shining, and the edge of time is just a soft, glowing line on the horizon of your mind. You are safe in the hands of history. You are home at the beginning of everything. Sleep now, and let the first light lead you into the dark. As your breathing slows to a deep, rhythmic pace, we move into the realm of the invisible. We have spent our journey looking at things that shine, stars, galaxies, and glowing nebulae. But the James Webb Space Telescope has taught us a humbling lesson. Everything we can see, everything made of atoms, is only a tiny fraction of what is actually out there. Beyond the light lies a ghost that haunts the entire cosmos. This is the mystery of dark matter. Imagine you are watching a grand celestial ballet. You see the dancers, the galaxies, twirling and leaping through the void. But as you watch, you realize they are moving in ways that defy the laws of physics. They are spinning too fast. Based on the stars we can see, these galaxies should be flying apart, their stars scattered like dust in the wind, yet they stay together. It is as if an invisible hand is holding them, a silent anchor of gravity that provides the extra strength needed to keep the universe from dissolving into chaos. Breathe in the cool, quiet air and try to visualize this unseen force. Dark matter does not reflect light. It does not emit it, and it does not block it. It is as if it exists in a different dimension, touching our world only through the pull of gravity. It is the silent scaffolding of the universe. Webb helps us see this invisible ghost through a technique called gravitational lensing. When a massive cluster of dark matter sits between us and a distant galaxy, its gravity acts like a giant cosmic magnifying glass. It bends and warps the light of the objects behind it, creating beautiful, distorted arcs of light. By studying these distortions, Webb can map where the invisible hands are hiding. Think of the cosmic web once more. Dark matter is the spider that spun the web. In the early moments after the Big Bang, dark matter clumped together first, creating the gravitational wells into which ordinary gas fell. Without dark matter, the first stars would never have ignited. Without dark matter, the galaxies would never have gathered into the vast clusters we see today. We owe our very existence to a substance we cannot see, touch, or measure directly. It is the ultimate protector, the silent guardian of the structural integrity of the cosmos. As you drift closer to the world of dreams, let the mystery of the unseen bring you a sense of security. Just because you cannot see something doesn't mean it isn't there, supporting you. Think of the air you breathe, the love you feel, or the quiet strength within your own spirit. These things are invisible, yet they are the most real things in your life. The universe is full of hidden support systems, and dark matter is the largest of them all. It is the heavy, comforting blanket that wraps around the galaxies, keeping them warm and safe in the cold dark of space. The search for dark matter is a lesson in humility. It reminds us that we are still children in a vast library, just beginning to learn how to read the titles of the books. But there is peace in that mystery. You don't need to have all the answers tonight. You don't need to understand every force that moves the stars to feel at home among them. The universe knows what it is doing. The invisible hands are holding the galaxies, and the same laws of nature are holding you in this moment of rest. Imagine yourself floating in a sea of this dark, supportive energy. It is not a scary darkness. It is a fundamental part of the cosmic architecture. It is the silence between the notes of a song. It is the space between the stars that makes the light so beautiful. As you sink into your pillow, let go of the need to see everything clearly. Trust in the unseen. Trust in the structures that hold the world together while you sleep. The golden eye of Webb continues to trace the curves of warped light, mapping the invisible map of the heavens. And you, in the quiet sanctuary of your room, are mapping the invisible terrain of your own inner peace. The galaxies are anchored, the stars are secure, and you are drifting, weightless and protected, into the deep, dark, and wonderful unknown.
As the weight of the world completely detaches from your spirit, we turn our gaze away from the edge of time and back toward our own celestial neighborhood. We are visiting a place that has been watched by human eyes for thousands of years, yet we are seeing it tonight as if for the very first time. We are entering the Orion Nebula. Located in the sword of the constellation Orion, this is the closest large region of star formation to Earth. It is our cosmic backyard, a bustling nursery where the universe is busy at work, and through the infrared eyes of Webb, the familiar view has transformed into a breathtaking dreamscape. Imagine a vast, glowing cavern of gas and dust, carved out by the intense radiation of giant newborn stars. In visible light, Orion is a beautiful but opaque cloud of colors. But as Webb's sensors cool to their frozen operating temperature, the dust becomes a transparent mist. Suddenly, we see through the walls of the cavern. We see the trapezium cluster, a group of 4 massive young stars that are the engines of this entire region. Their light is so powerful that it creates a stellar wind, pushing against the surrounding gas and creating the jagged, mountain-like ridges that define the nebula's shape. Breathe deeply, synchronizing your rhythm with the slow, ancient pulse of the nebula. As the gas swirls in the darkness, Webb reveals something even more intimate: protoplanetary disks, or propolinds. These are tiny, dark smudges surrounding young stars, disks of dust and gas that are the seeds of future solar systems. Within these small spinning circles, planets are currently forming. Rocks are colliding to form mountains. Ice is gathering to form comets. You are looking at the birth of worlds. It is a quiet, violent, yet beautiful process that mirrors exactly how our own Earth was born 4.5 billion years ago. Looking at Orion is like looking into a mirror of our own past. Think about the colors that fill your mind. In the infrared spectrum, Webb translates the chemistry of the nebula into a palette of ethereal beauty. The greens and yellows represent the hydrogen and sulfur, while while the deep, velvety reds show the presence of hydrocarbons, the organic molecules that are the precursors to life. The nebula is literally saturated with the ingredients for existence. It is not just a cloud, it is a laboratory. It is a vast cosmic kitchen where the universe is mixing the elements that will one day become the atmosphere of a planet or the water in an alien ocean. As you drift closer to the deep waters of sleep, imagine floating through the Orion Bar, a prominent ridge of gas that looks like a glowing shoreline. Here, the intense light from the central stars meets the cold, dense molecular cloud. It is a place of transition where the fierce energy of youth meets the quiet potential of the dark. There is no sound here, only the silent, shimmering dance of light hitting the dust. You can feel the stillness of the void, a silence so profound that it carries the weight of eternity. The Orion Nebula reminds us that the universe is not a distant, cold machine. It is a living, breathing process of growth. Even though we are small, we are part of this neighborhood. The atoms in your hand were once part of a nebula just like this one. You are a piece of the Orion story, a piece of the Milky Way story, resting now in the quiet afterglow of creation. There is a deep comfort in knowing that the same forces that are currently building new worlds in Orion are the same forces that keep the Earth in its orbit and your heart in its steady beat. Let the glowing walls of the nebula fade into a soft, purple haze. The mountains of gas and the rivers of light are still there, far away in the winter sky, but they are no longer yours to watch. They are in good hands. The universe is a master builder, and it has been doing this for billions of years. You can let go now. You can trust the silence. You can trust the dark. The golden eye of Webb is moving on, focusing its gaze on even deeper mysteries, while you find your way into the deepest part of your own night. The stars of Orion are shining for you. The nurseries are quiet, and the cradle of the cosmos is rocking you into a dreamless, perfect peace. You are home. You are safe. You are drifting into the infinite.
As the stillness of the night deepens, we move toward a vision that looks like a shattered jewel scattered across the velvet dark. We are exploring the remnants of a cataclysmic event, a supernova remnant known as Cassiopeia A. This is the ghostly shell of a massive star that exploded roughly 340 years ago from our perspective. While the explosion itself was a moment of unimaginable violence, the aftermath, seen through the golden eyes of Webb, is a hauntingly beautiful tapestry of color and light that tells the story of the universe's ultimate sacrifice. Imagine a star that was once a giant, burning with a fierce blue light. When its time came to an end, it didn't simply vanish. It cast its entire being outward in a shell of fire and heavy elements. Today, that shell has expanded to cover 10 light years of space. In the old images, it looked like a tangled web of gas, but as Webb's infrared sensors pierce through the cosmic dust, we see something far more complex. We see the skeleton of the explosion. The intricate, knotty filaments of gas are glowing with the heat of the shock wave, radiating in shades
shades of orange, pink, and gold. It is as if we are looking at the internal organs of a star, laid bare for us to witness. Breathe slowly and visualize the green monster, a nickname scientists gave to a strange loop-like structure in the center of the remnant. It is a wall of gas that has been energized by the passing shock wave. This structure reveals the messy reality of a star's death. It isn't a perfect circle. It is a chaotic, beautiful debris field. As you drift closer to sleep, think about what is contained within these glowing clouds. Here lies the stardust that will one day form the hearts of new planets. The sulfur, the oxygen, and the iron are all here, cooling down after their fiery journey from the center of a dying sun. You are looking at the raw materials of the future, drifting in the silent dark. The detail Webb provides is so sharp that we can see individual echoes of light. When the star exploded, some of its light traveled directly to Earth, but some of it hit distant clouds of dust first, reflecting towards us centuries later. These are light echoes, ghosts of a flash that happened hundreds of years ago, finally reaching our eyes. It is a reminder that in the universe, nothing is ever truly lost. The light of the past is always traveling, always bouncing off the darkness, waiting to be seen. It is a slow, luminous conversation between the centuries. Imagine yourself floating at the very center of this explosion. The star that once lived here is gone, replaced by a tiny, incredibly dense object called a neutron star. It is a silent, spinning core, a ghost of the giant that preceded it. Around it, the debris continues to expand, moving at thousands of miles per second. Yet, from our distance, it looks perfectly still. This is the paradox of the cosmos, incredible speed and power held within a frame of absolute, eternal silence. Feel that silence in your own room. The world outside may be moving. Your life may have its own shock waves. But here, in the cradle of the night, everything is still. Think of the colors again. The deep reds show where the dust is warm, and the bright whites show where the gas is being crushed by the force of the explosion. It is a masterpiece of chaos turned into art. The universe takes the destruction of a star and turns it into a garden of light. This is the ultimate comfort of the cosmic cycle, that beauty can emerge from the most violent endings. The stardust of Cassiopeia A is a promise that life will continue, that new suns will rise from the ashes of the old, and that the story of the light never truly ends. As you sink into the final layers of your rest, let the image of the shattered jewel fade into a soft, warm glow. The ghosts of the stars are not scary. They are the ancestors of your own atoms. They are the reason you are here, dreaming under the quiet sky. The echoes of light are fading, the debris is cooling, and the universe is settling into its long, patient sleep. You are safe. You are part of the recycling of the stars. You are drifting into a peace that is as old as the light and as deep as the dark.
As you drift further into the sanctuary of your dreams, we move our focus to one of the most striking sights in the entire observable universe. We are looking at the Cartwheel Galaxy, located 500 million light years away in the constellation of Sculptor. Through the infrared lens of the James Webb Telescope, we see a vision that looks like ripples in a celestial pond, a perfect glowing ring of fire and stars that tells a story of a monumental ancient encounter. This is a galaxy that has been transformed by a high-speed collision, a cosmic event that has reshaped its destiny and its beauty. Imagine a grand spiral galaxy, much like our own Milky Way, floating peacefully in the dark. Suddenly, a smaller, faster galaxy plunges right through its center, like a stone thrown into the middle of a still lake. The impact sends a massive shock wave radiating outward at incredible speeds. As this wave of energy moves, it plows through the gas and dust of the galaxy, compressing it and triggering a brilliant circular explosion of star formation. What we see today is the result of that ripple, a bright inner ring of hot white stars and an even larger outer ring that glows with the soft pink light of newborn suns. Breathe in the vastness of this transformation. The cartwheel is not just a shape, it is a process. The outer ring has been expanding for 400 million years. It is a frontier of creation where the raw gas of the galaxy is being turned into millions of new suns. Within this ring, Webb's mid-infrared instrument reveals spokes, thin, ghostly filaments of dust that connect the inner core to the outer edge. These spokes are the remnants of the original spiral arms, the skeletal remains of the galaxy that once was. They are like memories of a past life, reaching out to the new, vibrant ring of the present. Think about the sheer scale of this splash. The outer ring of the cartwheel is 150,000 light years across, larger than our entire galaxy. If you were standing on a planet in that outer ring, the night sky would be dominated by a wall of brilliant blue stars stretching in a perfect arc across the horizon. You would be living in the middle of a cosmic miracle, a place where the death of an old structure has given birth to a spectacular new one. It is a reminder that even the most disruptive events in the universe can lead to breathtaking beauty. As you sink deeper into your pillow, let the motion of the cartwheel settle your thoughts. Life often feels like a series of collisions, unexpected events that ripple through our days and change our plans. But look at the cartwheel. It took a hit that changed everything, and yet it became one of the most beautiful objects in the sky. It transformed a simple spiral into a crown of light. There is a profound resilience in the cosmos, a quiet strength that turns change into art. You too possess this resilience. Your mind is capable of taking the chaos of the day and turning it into the peaceful, structured landscape of your dreams. Imagine yourself floating in the center of the cartwheel's hub. Around you, the old golden stars of the original galaxy shine with a warm, steady light. Far in the distance, you can see the bright blue ring of the future expanding into the dark. There is no sound of the collision here.
events happened millions of years ago, and now all that remains is the slow, majestic expansion. The universe has a way of healing its wounds with light. The ripples are no longer a sign of impact, they are a sign of growth. The golden eye of Webb captures every detail of this cosmic wheel, from the tiniest speck of dust to the massive clusters of stars. It watches the spokes and the rings with an unblinking, patient gaze. And as you fall into the deep, quiet waters of sleep, you can let your own ripples fade. The day is over. The collision has passed. All that is left is the slow, beautiful expansion of your own peace. You are floating in a pond of stars. You are part of the grand circular dance of the heavens. Sleep now and let the cosmic wheel carry you into the heart of the night.
As you descend into the quietest layers of your consciousness, we leave the giant galaxies behind to witness one of the most intimate moments the universe has to offer. We are looking at a protostar known as L1527, located in the dark clouds of the Taurus star-forming region. Through the infrared eyes of Webb, the darkness of the dust has been peeled away to reveal a breathtaking celestial hourglass, glowing with the heat of a sun that has not yet been fully born. This is the moment of conception, the very edge of becoming, where a star is struggling to find its light. Imagine a dark, cold cloud of molecular gas, silent for millions of years. Deep inside this cloud, gravity has begun to pull the material together, creating a dense, hot core. This core is a protostar, a sun in its infancy. It is not yet hot enough to begin the nuclear fusion that defines a star's life, but it is already powerful enough to illuminate the world around it. The hourglass shape you see is created as the young star ejects material in two opposite directions, carving out hollow cavities in the surrounding dust. It is a cosmic lantern shining in the deep winter of space. Breathe in the stillness of this nursery. The glowing clouds of orange and blue are not just beautiful decorations, they are the debris of creation. The blue regions are where the dust is thinner, allowing the light to scatter, while the vibrant oranges show where the dust is thickest, trapping the heat of the infant sun. Between these two glowing lobes sits a dark, thin line, the protoplanetary disk. This is a flat ring of gas and dust, seen edge-on, that is feeding the star its mass. Within this dark line, the seeds of planets are already beginning to gather. You are looking at a solar system in its very first days, a mirror of our own beginning 4.5 billion years ago. Think of the patience required for this birth. The protostar at the center of this hourglass is only about 100,000 years old, a mere blink of an eye in cosmic time. It is still growing, still gathering its strength, drawing in the gas from the disk like a child drinking from a cup. There is no hurry here. The universe does not rush its masterpieces. The process is slow, steady, and inevitable. As you lie here in the dark, let this cosmic patience settle into your own heart. You don't need to reach the finish line tonight. You only need to be in the process of becoming. Imagine yourself floating in the cool blue mist of the upper lobe. From here, the infant sun looks like a warm golden hearth at the center the molecular clouds. There is no wind here, only the gentle pressure of light pushing against the dust. It is a place of profound peace, a sanctuary where the chaos of the galaxy is filtered out, leaving only the quiet work of gravity and light. It is the quietest room in the house of the universe. The golden eye of Webb is the only thing that can see this miracle. To any other eye, L1527 would be a black, empty void, a wall of cold dust hiding the secrets within. But Webb feels the warmth of the hidden fire. It reminds us that even when things seem dark and cold, there is often a light growing beneath the surface, waiting for its moment to shine. You too have that inner warmth, that quiet light of the spirit that continues to glow even when the world outside is dark. Let the image of the golden hourglass fade into a soft embers red glow. The infant star is safe in its cocoon of dust, and you are safe in the cocoon of your rest. The work of creation is happening all around you, silent and magnificent, while you surrender to the gravity of sleep. The hourglass is turning, the stardust is falling, and the night is holding you close. Sleep now, and let the light of the newborn sun guide you into the deepest, most peaceful part of your dreams.
As you reach the threshold of the deepest sleep, we encounter a star that is living its final moments with a roar of light and color. We are looking at Wolf Ray 124, a rare and magnificent giant located 15,000 light years away in the constellation of Sagittarius. Through the golden eye of Webb, we are witnessing a brief, chaotic, and beautiful stage of stellar evolution that few stars ever reach. This is the prelude to a supernova, a star that is shedding its skin and revealing its glowing soul to the universe before it finally vanishes into the dark. Imagine a star 30 times the mass of our sun, burning with an intensity that defies words. It has grown so hot and so powerful that it can no longer hold on to its outer layers. In a series of colossal sighs, the star is blowing its own atmosphere into space, creating a halo of gas and dust that surrounds it like a crown of lace. This material is moving at speeds of over 100,000 miles per hour, yet from our perspective, it looks like a delicate frozen explosion. The infrared gaze of Webb captures the heat of this ejected gas, showing it as a vibrant, tangled web of orange and pink against the deep velvet purple of the void. Breathe in the energy of this transformation. Wolf Ray 124 is a star in a hurry. It won't stay in this stage for long, perhaps only a few 100,000 years before it collapses and explodes. But in this moment, it is one of the most productive factories in the cosmos. As the hot gas cools in the cold vacuum of space, it forms grains of cosmic dust. This is heavy dust, enriched with the complex elements the star has spent its life forging. This dust is the most precious substance in the universe. It will survive the star's eventual death, drifting through the galaxy for billions of years until it becomes part of a new planet, a new moon, or even a new life form. You are looking at the very beginning of the journey that leads to us. Think about the silence within the chaos. Even though the star is shedding its mass with incredible force, the distance between us and Wolf Ray 124 is so vast that the scene feels perfectly tranquil. It is a slow-motion ballet of fire and ice. The center of the star is a brilliant white-hot point of light, while the edges of its nebula are soft and frayed, fading into the dark like smoke from a guttering candle. There is a sense of release here. The star is letting go of everything it has gathered, returning its gifts to the galaxy. It is a grand final act of generosity. As you sink into the last few moments of wakefulness, let the image of the star's crown comfort you. Life is a series of stages, some long and steady, some brief and intense. There is beauty in every transition, even the ones that feel chaotic or overwhelming. Wolf Ray 124 is not afraid of its end. It is spending its final days creating the seeds of the future, shining brighter than 1,000 suns and decorating the darkness with its own history. You can feel that same sense of release as you let go of the day's burdens. You are shedding the weight of the world just as the star sheds its light. Imagine yourself drifting among the filaments of orange dust. The light of the star is warm on your face, but the silence of the nebula is cool and inviting. You are floating in a sea of potential. The dust around you isn't just debris. It is the promise of things to come. It is the material of dreams. There is no fear in this ending, only the quiet expectation of a new beginning. The universe is a master of transformation, and tonight you are part of that change. The golden eye of Webb continues to watch this star, recording every ripple in its glowing halo, while you find your own center of gravity in the deep dark. The star is exhaling its light, the nebula is expanding into the night, and you are exhaling the last of your thoughts. The cycle of the giants is complete. The stage is set for the final mystery. You are safe. You are light. You are drifting into the absolute starlit peace of the eternal dark.
As you reach the final destination of our journey through the stars, your body feels as light as the starlight itself. We have traveled through the birth of suns, the death of giants, and the collision of galaxies. We have seen the invisible web that holds the universe together and touched the very edge of time. Now we stand at the threshold of the unknown, looking beyond the current reach of our golden eye. The James Webb Space Telescope is not just a tool for seeing what is there. It is a gateway to everything we have yet to imagine. Imagine the telescope as it sits now, 1,000,000 miles away, its golden mirrors perfectly still in the freezing silence. It is a lonely pioneer, but it is never truly alone, for it carries with it the dreams, the questions, and the curiosity of every human who has ever looked up at the night sky. Webb is only at the beginning of its mission. For years to come, it will continue to stare into the darkness, peeling back layers of cosmic history that have been hidden for eons. It will find planets we haven't named, stars we haven't mapped, and perhaps chemical whispers of life that will change our place in the universe forever. Breathe in the profound peace of this realization. The universe is not a finished book. It is a story that is being written in real time, and we are lucky enough to be reading the latest chapters. Every new image Webb sends back is a bridge between the human mind and the infinite. It tells us that no matter how small we may feel, we are capable of reaching across the light years to understand the grand design. We are the way the cosmos knows itself. As you drift into the deepest part of your night, feel the quiet pride of being part of a species that dares to build a golden eye in the dark. Think of the great beyond, beyond the first galaxies, beyond the cosmic dawn, lies the mystery of the Big Bang itself, a wall of light that no telescope can pierce. But Webb is taking us as close to that wall as possible. It is showing us that the universe is far more crowded, far more active, and far more beautiful in its infancy than we ever dreamed. There is a sense of cosmic comfort in knowing that the universe has always been a place of light and creation, even in its earliest moments. The darkness was never empty. It was always pregnant with the stars that would one day become you. Now let the images of the nebulae, the black holes, and the golden mirrors slowly fade away. The colors are softening into a gentle neutral gray. The light is dimming. Your journey through the macroscopic world is ending, and your journey into the microscopic world of dreams is beginning. The scale of the universe no longer feels overwhelming. It feels like a warm, protective blanket. The same gravity that holds the galaxies together is the gravity that grounds you in your bed. The same light that traveled 13 billion years to find Webb is the same light that resides in your own consciousness. Imagine the golden eye slowly turning its gaze toward a new, unexplored patch of darkness. It is patient, it is silent, it is unafraid of the deep. You can carry that same patience and lack of fear into your sleep. The horizon of the future is wide and full of wonder, but for tonight, the horizon is simply the edge of your dreams. You have seen enough. You have traveled far enough. The stars will still be there when you wake, and the golden eye will still be watching, gathering the secrets of the cosmos while you find your own secrets in the world of sleep. The silence of the room is now the silence of the deep space, not a cold silence, but a living, breathing peace. You are floating in the heart of the mystery. You are at home in the vastness. The universe is huge, it is ancient, and it is magnificent, but in this moment, it is also quiet, gentle, and still. The golden eye is watching, the stars are shining, and you are finally, perfectly at rest. Close the final chapter of this journey. Let the last photon of thought dissolve into the velvet dark. You are safe. You are part of the infinite. You are home. Sleep now and drift beyond the horizon into the perfect, timeless peace of the stars.
As you continue to drift deeper into the velvet embrace of the night, let us turn our gaze toward the instrument that has changed everything. Imagine a giant flower made of pure gold blooming in the eternal shadow of the Earth. This is the James Webb Space Telescope, our golden eye in the dark. To understand the scale of what it sees, we must first understand how it feels. Unlike our eyes, which see the world in vibrant colors and sharp lines, Webb feels the heat of the universe. It senses the infrared whispers that have traveled across the void for 13 billion years. Think about the silence of its home, a million miles away, at a point where the gravity of the Earth and the Sun balance perfectly. Webb sits in a cold so profound it defies imagination. It must be cold. To see the faintest heat from the dawn of time, the telescope itself must be nearly as cold as the void. It hides behind a sun shield the size of a tennis court, 5 layers of silver silk protecting it from the raging fire of our sun. On one side, it is hot enough to boil water. On the other, where the mirrors live, it is cold enough to freeze oxygen. In that stillness, in that perfect frozen sanctuary, the golden mirrors begin to work. Each of its 18 hexagonal segments is coated in a layer of gold no thicker than a human hair. Why gold? Because gold is a master of reflection. It catches the oldest light in the universe, light that has been stretched and pulled by the expansion of space itself. When this light began its journey, it was bright and energetic, but over billions of years, as the universe grew, the light waves stretched, turning from visible light into long, invisible infrared waves. It is a ghost of a light, a memory of a star that died before our solar system was even a cloud of dust. Now imagine the first image it sent back, the deep field. At first glance, it looks like a handful of sand thrown across a black silk sheet. But as you look closer, as your mind settles into the rhythm of the cosmos, you realize that not a single speck in that image is a star. Every glowing swirl, every tiny dot of orange and red is a galaxy like our Milky Way, containing hundreds of billions of suns. In a patch of sky no larger than a grain of sand held at arm's length, Webb found thousands of these cosmic islands. Take a moment to let that scale sink into your soul. A grain of sand, thousands of galaxies, billions of stars in each, and around those stars, countless worlds, some perhaps with oceans, some with mountains, all hidden in the deep silence. The universe is not just big, it is infinite in its complexity. Webb has shown us that the empty space between the stars is not empty at all. It is teeming with life-giving potential, with the debris of ancient explosions and the seeds of future suns. As you breathe, imagine the light hitting those golden mirrors. It is a slow, methodical process. The telescope doesn't take a snapshot like a camera. It gathers light, photon by photon, like a poet gathering words for a masterpiece. It waits, it listens, it watches the darkness until the darkness begins to speak. And what it tells us is that we are living in a much older, much more crowded house than we ever dared to dream. You might feel small in this vastness, but remember, you are the one perceiving it. Without your mind to wonder, without your heart to feel the awe, the universe would just be cold matter and empty energy. You are the witness. You are the consciousness of the cosmos. As the golden eye of Webb stares into the past, it is looking at your ancestors, the atoms that would eventually become your hands, your eyes, and your dreams. Feel the connection to that ancient light. It isn't strange or alien. It is home. It is the beginning of your story, told in the language of light and gold across the endless reaches of the deep, dark sky.